Make sure to check out my unbiased immigration story told from a detainee's point of view. Link down below. All right. Episode 24.
Start the clock.
The border wall, you know the border wall, but you know how things get hotter when they're black. You know, that's why people wear white in the summer and so on. Well, he's going to paint it black.
Oh, God. There's a few things wrong with that. From what I've read, he's only painting the American side. So that means they can still climb it normally on the other side. And what about nighttime? A lot of them cross that fence. They jump that fence at night under the cover of darkness. And someone else said that steel gets hotter when it's not painted. So we'll see how it goes.
In a somewhat related story, the Menendez brothers have been denied.
Yeah.
This is true. Denied parole, the first instance of the government telling a Hispanic criminal to stay.
People were really fighting for them to get out. They're saying that, well, they were sexually abused by their father. And other people are saying, I would rather be a homeless runaway than to murder my parents.
Donald Trump in his new capacity as D.C. police chief. He said he was going to go on a ride-along. I thought, wow, this is going to be great. This is going to be like... Didn't happen. Just turned into a big Grubhub run. he just went out there and gave them pizzas and hamburgers, you know, because nothing says we put no planning into this like pizzas and hamburgers. Trump said he wanted to go, but the old bone spurs were acting up, and he said, but he'd be there in mixed spirit.
Mixed spirit.
Remember to support your local police state. But that is not what is bothering a lot of America. What is bothering a lot of America is that Cracker Barrel.
Oh, man.
Cracker Barrel has changed their logo. It's just the words Cracker Barrel. They used to have a barrel. And quite frankly, a cracker. Standing next to the barrel. I'm just saying we're solar creatures and we need some sun. And this is a big point of yours, right? The
Absolutely.
sun?
I mean, it is true you want to avoid excessive UV exposure. So that's typically in the middle of the day when the sun is overhead. Is as soon as possible after waking up, get outside, take off your sunglasses, eyeglasses and contacts are fine. Look in the direction of the sun. Obviously, don't force yourself to do it. Blink as you need to protect your eyes. You have a natural reflex that will protect your eyes. Causes an increase in all sorts of hormones that are great for wakefulness in the morning. It literally wakes you up. It sets a wavefront of wakefulness for mood, focus, all the things people want throughout the day. And most importantly, it sets a timer as one of the foundations of mental health and physical health. When you view sunlight in the morning, and it's also good to do it in the evening if you can, just for a couple of minutes, when you do that, you're getting very little UV exposure, so you don't have to be worried about damage to your eyes, damage to your skin, skin cancers, and so forth. Well, compare 8 a.m. in the middle of winter on an overcast day to midnight the night before. There's sun. What you need are these photons that are coming through. Forgive me.
No, yeah.
Man.
Well, thank you for coming. Time to meet our panel. No. All right, well, let's
Oh, the
go through some
long
of the other
speech.
greatest hits.
In which you do a double inhale to maximally inflate your lungs, and then you exhale all of that air. That's the fastest way we know to de-stress your mind and body.
Unless you're doing it with Coke.
Unless you're doing it with Coke.
I've heard guys like this before. Quacks, you know, pseudoscience. It's a bunch of names for them, but an expert should debate them. I'm taking all this with a grain of salt. He said staring at the sun in the morning makes you feel better. I don't know about that one.
Although arrived first in California, like most interesting things.
Yeah, man.
Sorry. Keep your eyes closed and just move your eyes from side to side behind your eyelids like this, back and forth. Do some long exhales. I can't promise, but I'm willing to wager like maybe one pinky that within 5 minutes or so, you'll be back to sleep. And it's not mysticism. It's because your eyes and your breathing and how you view the world
I gotta try that.
are one of the main ways that you control your levels of stress or relaxation.
Try that tonight.
Yeah.
We have a new regime there in Washington, more radical than we've ever had as far as our health goes, RFK. What do you think he's getting right, and what is he getting wrong?
Okay.
That's a low.
You have 2 minutes.
And I have 2 minutes. Okay. I asked him, I said, what percentage of the information in medical school textbooks in the United States and elsewhere is inaccurate, is just false, and we know it? And he said, at least half, given the new information.
And look, because you're a professor now, and what?
He laughed.
Why is that funny? You're a professor.
I don't think of myself that way so much, you know.
Well, I hope your students do.
I think they do when they get their papers back.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I was the first one to use the phrase slow-moving coup. I know I was using it before he was. Thank you.
One guy.
And people were laughing at it. I mean, whenever I said he was never going to concede power, they would say, oh, you smoke too much pot. Well, it turned out I smoked just the right amount of pot.
Yeah.
So now, and of course, this week we also saw him giving out hats that said Trump 2028. I mean, that you would admit is blatantly unconstitutional, would you not?
Yeah, of course. And I think he's trolling. I don't think that's serious. I don't think he's running. And we'll know
They always
long
say
before
that.
Election Day who's the nominee for the Republican Party.
Oh,
and
what
so
was that?
I think that is.
But you said the president is trolling people. I just want to say those things we've gotten used to. The fact that we have the sentence, the president is trolling people, is so friggin' sad. I used to.
Man, yeah.
But what about Newsom? He's trolling. He's got this new.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
This is not a function of an individual personality. It's a function of technology.
Gavin Newsom is just mocking. He's trolling, but he's responding to the way Trump behaves online.
There's a new game being played by Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom is now trolling Trump. I've never seen a Democrat do this. I think it's very funny.
Hell yeah. Hilarious.
Okay, he's imitating Trump's exact style. I mean, this is Newsom, and he will fail as he always does. Sad. The most loved and handsome governor. Don't try to outsmart people. You have to outstupid them.
Oh.
Democrats have been mocking him and belittling him as a strategy. And we're now in the second Trump presidency. I don't think this is the way to go.
You got the point.
But they've been doing it in a different way. This is imitating them. This is aping him. I find it very funny. But, you know, maybe you're right because I saw...
That's a tough one.
I mean, have you ever been to Austin? Austin's a Republican district now. Their motto is keep Austin weird. And Democrats have lost 2.1 million people. Republicans have gained 2.4. That is a huge turnaround. That is bad news for the Democrats. And I'm sure you would say that is because...
Well, look, I think it's good, and I think Democrats don't have a good message. They were utterly captured by their furthest left radicals.
Yep.
They were pushing COVID lockdowns, critical race theory, DEI, transgender ideology, you name it. And Trump is not perfect. We can all agree on that. But at least,
Oh, yeah. Far from it.
We can all agree.
But underneath all of the bluster, the bravado, the orange makeup,
He wore a suit and he wore a tie of sorts, and he thanked Trump 11 times, so he got that message. And and Trump cabinet have always been huge ass kissers. We used to give away this award. This was the ass kisser of the month award. The Italian prime minister said to him, "Something has changed thanks to you." The NATO chief, I really want to thank you for your leadership. And he also called him Daddy.
Oh, God.
But these not are all the ass kissing that went on in the Oval Office. Would you like to hear something?
Oh, here we go.
Giorgia Meloni from Italy was there. She said, "It's ironic the guy who's single-handedly putting an end to crime in D.C. just stole my heart." our declining birth rate is due to our women holding out for a chance with you. Did you see the movie The Apprentice? It's fantastic if you have it.
Yeah, real good.
It's just so great. And it shows
So they got the Oscar, man.
Trump when he was coming up, and his father used to send him out, and he would collect the rents.
They even went around the campus and said, there are too many photographs of white men on campus. Take them down. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they accomplished. We don't know maybe why their posters are up.
To be clear, this is not white people asking for separate white ceremonies. This is minorities asking for their own ceremony.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And the university provided separate graduation ceremonies for all groups except for whites and, by extension, Jews.
So as a professor,
Yeah.
and you are,
Yeah.
that Trump very often identifies something that is a real problem and then goes about monkeying with it in just the wrong way.
Yeah, so you have a headache, here's some leeches. That's the way it goes. You know, it's like...
And he's saying anyone who applies, they're going to get a test to root out woke indoctrinators. Now, I'm not sure that teachers from California and New York are anxious to be teaching in Norman, but maybe.
Oklahoma schools that reflect the values of the people in the state. That's a completely reasonable thing. And look,
It's
Oklahoma's a
reasonable unless it's
conservative state.
unconstitutional.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was fun. Time for
New rule.
New rule, tourists must stop taking selfies that look like they're holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I mean, it's cute, but it's been done to death. And if you really want to straighten out the tower, try this.
Oh.
Finally, new rule. I told you so. I've been telling Democrats for years the Republicans are going to steal pot from you as an issue, and now Trump says...
We're looking at reclassification, and we'll make a determination.
What'd you expect? Trump says, hey, waitress, how'd you like to pay no tax on those tips? Remember that? And everybody was like, why didn't we think of that? Choosy yoga moms choose natural sugar in soda, not corn syrup. And they want vaccines to be their choice, and they think your breakfast cereal shouldn't glow in the dark. It's only hypocrisy if you had other beliefs to begin with. What? So in 24, he campaigned on saving it. And apparently every Tide Pod eater responded.
Tide Pod eater.
Because his youth vote was up 21%. Now he's on more coins than Julius Caesar. Overnight, he became the crypto candidate as opposed to Biden, the crypt keeper candidate. There was an entire section that looked like the full range of the autism spectrum. But that kind of talk gets incel nerds harder than an OnlyFans model who speaks Klingon. Trump runs for office like that kid in 8th grade who ran for school president on a pledge of more snow days. Okay, I was that kid. By a coalition of little things that hit people personally. Trump gets this. He feels your pain in the ass. Kamala ran on democracy, which is the most important issue, but without the political skill to sell it. Trump got trounced by black voters in 2016, so he brought in some muscle from the West Coast, someone he knows black men love, Kim Kardashian.
I think he was going to say Snoop Dogg.
And then he pardoned Lil Wayne and pardoned Kodak Black and the CEO of Jay-Z's company and the founder of Death Row Records and the former mayor of Detroit. So it's not surprising that Kanye and Wayne and Chris Brown and Amber Rose and Snoop and DaBaby all talked him up. And now he's going to do it with pot. Finally, he got around to me. All right, that's our show. We're up next week. And back on the 5th, I want to thank my guests, Frank Bruni, Chris Rufo, and Andrew Huberman. Club Random drops every Monday on YouTube or listen wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, folks. Watch Overtime on YouTube now.
All right. I will catch you on the next one.